but there was something about this too that was just erotic. You know, she
really weird.
She got that bikini on. He got his tongue sticking
It
out.
sounds like you expect him to go like harder.
Yeah, harder. Yeah.
S&M shit.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Let's go ahead into our next thing right here. I was dreading this. I didn't want to do it. Let me just say this. You know, right now, let me say this for all you celebrities out there. Just stay in the house. You got 4 days left. Just stay in the house. In fact, when you're in the house, don't even move. Don't breathe if you can. Only when you actually have to.
Definitely breathe.
Only when you have to. Maybe the death is like the T-Rex. You just stand still and won't see you. You know, just don't do nothing, man.
I don't think George Michael was moving that much.
Yeah.
They still got him.
Oh, I gotta get this donut ready. No. As I was saying, you know, whatever y'all do, just we got 4 more days, and a lot of people are convinced that once 2016 is done, then we'll be relieved of this. I doubt it. But
we're gonna look back at 2016 as the good old days.
Oh yeah, and you know what? And death is becoming. It really is becoming like a horror movie now. You know, because there was one woman out there that we thought she was the one that got away.
She beat him.
Carrie Fisher. Mm-hmm. Carrie Fisher, at 60 years old, she had that heart attack on the plane, and we didn't hear anything for 48 hours, and we're like, she made it.
Well, yeah, her mom, Debbie Reynolds, had a press release saying she's in stable condition. Don't worry.
That's what I just saw that she's unstable. And because we were saying, run, Carrie, run. He's right behind you.
I was having lunch with somebody yesterday. They were like, Carrie Fisher going to be next. I was like, no, she's in stable condition. She's okay.
Oh, no, she was okay. And we were looking at her, and she was just standing there. She was like, whoa, got away. And then Death was behind her, tapped on the shoulder. I'll take this.
You know? Death already had her at that point.
Nah, I don't know.
Really, I mean, honestly, a heart attack, that was teed up for Death. That's some punk shit on Death's point of view. He's a slacker.
No.
Not trying anymore.
Yeah.
No. Death was doing that shit on purpose. You know what? I'm just gonna let y'all think I ain't having this. I'll sit back and let you think that one got away, just so you motherfuckers know I'm real. You know, and with her, we all thought that she was the one that got away, and turns out, heart attack at 60 years old, supposedly in stable condition. Nah, she is dead. You know, I mean, and I'm hesitant to say that because
it ain't gonna change the fact she dead.
I'm just almost tired of just using that word right now. It is so hard to like sit up here and see. We just got through with George Michael yesterday. George Michael tribute. Spent the whole show talking about him. Woke up this morning, and this is the first thing I see in my news feed. Yeah. And immediately started going in.
This morning?
This morning. I saw it this morning. I immediately went in and started going in and prepping a tribute to her. And on the one hand, it's a sad time to always see these people that were a part of your life. Your life. Like, she was a part of my whole life growing up. But at the same time, it always like turns you on to some new information that you didn't know. You know, I learned so much about her that I didn't know because she was always one thing to me, and I will get into that in a little bit. But Carrie Fisher, everybody knows her, man. You know, and a lot of us still have that young Carrie Fisher in our minds, man. She was hot for so many years, man. And for people like me, when I'm looking at her, she's always going to be one character to me, as for many people out there, which is Princess Laia. Mm-hmm. And Princess Laia, a lot of people, we all know Star Wars has many, many memorable lines. But with Carrie Fisher gone right now, we actually look back and we say, man, you know, we forget that her lines were some of the most memorable lines in the movie. How many people cannot? None of us will ever forget the cry for help from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I have placed information vital to the survival of the rebellion into the memory systems of this R2 unit. My father will know how to retrieve.
What the fuck is that?
I'm sorry, I'm drunk, bro.
Like Tennessee's just looking like, what?
Like, I ain't. What are you? I ain't doing this shit.
You must see this droid safely delivered to him on Alderaan. This is our most desperate hour. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Bitch, I'm 70.
Yeah. He's like, that's the worst fucking porno I've ever seen.
It's that.
Yeah, she didn't take off her robe or anything, man. Like, I gotta get my money back on this. But everybody remembers that. And everybody has their favorite versions of Princess Leia, man. I mean, some people, the original Princess Leia, Help Me Obi-Wan Kenobi, that was it. I always thought that the Princess Leia in Empire was the best because not only was that the best written version of Princess Leia, but that's the one where she just went hard. She finally said, I'm tired of all this shit.
Yeah.
That when she finally got betrayed by the dude that listen, man, she wanted to fuck Lando.
I mean, what female in the galaxy did
What did? Hey, Leia.
See that perm, though?
Yeah. Well, he was just not even subtle about hitting on her.
No.
Like, Han, move out the fucking way.
Yeah.
Who's this girl right now?
Yeah, right.
Hell, sweetheart.
Didn't even ask. Like, hey, is this your chick? And he just pushed his ass
You
out the
fucking
way.
her, move.
The first thing he says is, "What have we here?"
It's like, dude, a white bitches. And
Of all the
look,
Corey Colemans, he was the Corey Coleman.
that's why when the time came, Chewie couldn't wait to choke that ass. And that's when Leia just unleashed him on him. When he betrayed Han Solo, he's just like, get his black ass.
But we understand, don't we, Chief? He had no choice. Just try it out. I don't need any of your help.
Well, can I still get your number, baby? Smooth. you like malt liquor? But the one that everybody not only remembers, but we thank Carrie Fisher, not Princess Leia, but Carrie Fisher was for the most sexiest bikini / slave outfit in the galaxy, and that was the Return of the Jedi Jabba the Hutt slave outfit right there. Where it was pretty much just a bikini, a metal bikini that she had on. So many nerds out there. It was the first time they filled up their spank tank with this shit right here. So many dudes. Hey, man, that's for a lot of kids out there. They didn't want no Luke Skywalker. They didn't want no Han Solo. Give me that goddamn Princess Leia doll.
What you gonna do to her? Don't worry about that.
Hey, I'm being open-minded. Who says they got to play with just the guy action figures, huh?
Progressive.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, so many dudes were trying to burn that shit off their little action figure. But that everybody remembers that. And really, that's still considered to this day. She's still considered to be one of the most beautiful actresses out there, kind of just because of that outfit right there. Not to say that Princess Leia wasn't beautiful. I mean, she set the whole trend with the cinema buns on the side of her head and everything.
Mom started that.
My mom, yeah. Y'all don't, man. This is the only thing that gets me right here. My mom was Carrie Fisher before Carrie Fisher came about, man. Shit almost, to this day, George Lucas owed my mama some money, man. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at this right here.
Did your mom kill Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, my mom killed Carrie Fisher and cut off her buns on the side. Put them on.
Look at you, little Kylo Ren.
Look, Kylo Ren right there.
Every time I see that picture, I think you were a drunk baby.
I watched that slap on me.
All that slobber on your shirt. Where the party at?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, that should have been my rap name, Black Kylo. Yeah, man, back in the day, but that was probably not my favorite Princess Leia, but I do love that outfit. But she gave me, in that outfit right there, I think she had the most gangster ass death in Star Wars, man, in any Star Wars movie. The current ones, prequels, sequels, all those. That's the one where she choked out Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, yeah.
She put that big dookie chain around his neck and choked his ass out.
Which nobody had been able to do.
Tearing this shit up. But there was something about this too that was just erotic. She
really weird.
She got that bikini on. He got his tongue sticking
Yeah, it
out.
sounds like you expect him to go like harder.
Yeah, harder. Yeah.
S&M shit.
Yeah. Like his hands are too little, reach his dick and shit. Salacious crumb, go down there. What? That laugh stopped quick. Huh? What you say, harder?
little autoerotic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can see him having an orgasm with that tail. Oh, it was worth it.
It was worth it.
That's when I knew. The question that a lot of people ask, did Jabba the Hutt actually try to fuck Princess Leia? And my answer is yes. You don't go, man, you don't have that kind of reaction unless your ass has been violated.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was a victim. She said, yeah, I got your ass now. And he's like, so what? Shit felt good.
I got mine. I hope you got yours.
Was it good for you?
I mean, that is an after sex face right there. Oh, yeah.
Need a towel.
Oh, but yeah, man, that was, and you're right, man. Like, really? Nobody could do it?
Nobody helped him.
Yeah.
Well, he's an asshole.
Yeah, they all hated him,
Yeah.
but nobody had the balls to choke him out until
I'm
she
sure
did it.
somebody he's paying, like Boba Fett, like, hey, if you want to get this check, you need to help out. Nah, fuck you, buddy.
You paid me in advance.
Yeah. Once Luke came in and fucked everything up, those people said, man, your empire going down. Fuck this. I ain't going down with you. Hey, Master Luke, how you doing? But yeah, that's absolutely one of my favorite scenes. And everybody said, how come nobody could come hard and kill Jabba, but a chick in a metal bikini could?
Yeah,
Princess
with a
Leia
chain.
with a chain, with a fucking rapper chain.
Yeah, that was his weakness.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Do the poontang. Oh, but you know, we're talking about this. We're getting all sexual and everything, but I do appreciate how the character evolved over time. You know, I appreciate that as she aged and as, you know, the movies, and I'm talking about the movies in general, we start to say that we need stronger females in films. Mm-hmm. And I know everybody talked about Ren in The Force Awakens, how she was a strong female, but actually one of my favorite characters was, I'm sorry, Rey. Yeah. Everybody's talking about how Rey was a strong female, but actually one of my favorite characters in The Force Awakens was Princess Leia, this time a general.
Yeah.
Well, as much as you want to sexualize her or put her on a pedestal as a princess, she was all about the rebellion.
Yeah.
No, she was. And that's another reason why I liked her in Empire, because she shed that gown and put on that outfit, and she was out there in the trenches with those dudes.
Yeah.
These bastards killed my daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, even in A New Hope, one of the first scenes, you see her blast stormtroopers out the door.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
taking people out already.
And it's cool to see her live up to that. But what I like about The Force Awakens, which I thought had a lot of problems, but one of the things that I really loved about The Force Awakens is that they got Han and Leia right, I believe. Mm-hmm. You know, Leia was a little harder, but she always kept that side of her, that tender side of her, especially when, you know, Han Solo, that shit just melt. You're like, yeah, don't pull that military shit around me. You know you still want this shit, right?
You know, no matter how much we fought, I've always hated watching you leave.
That's why I did it. So you'd miss me.
If you see our son, bring him home.
You know, I always...
Or let him kill you.
Yeah. I let him put a sword through your ass. Hey, boy, your mama said, oh, shit. Fuck.
I knew he was going to do that.
You little motherfucker. You know they wanted to pull a Homer Simpson. You little dog. Man, it was, but Princess Leia, man, it was throughout Star Wars. She was the one that we saw a steady evolution of.
Yeah.
You know, and that's I think she's we kind of take it for granted because we remember the bikini, we remember the role, we remember some of the lines, but if you look at it, her character, even more than Luke, was the one that evolved probably more believably than anybody else in the film.
And she's one of the driving forces behind him because he kept being like, I just want to give up. And then she's like, if you don't get your ass up and fight Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly. Pussy. But, you know, with a lot of celebrities out there, even though it's sad to see them go, even though death has come in and we make a joke about death taking everybody, sometimes death is really cool about the shit because he says, you know something, this party here on Earth is getting dull. And the reason why I say that, because you know, you've seen it all. I mean, you've done a whole lot right here. Ain't no party you can go to from this point on going to be better than some of the shit you did in the past. Let's just go. You're getting tired of this. Let's get out of here. And that's the thing with Carrie Fisher. You know, at 60, even today, relatively, that's still kind of young to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, I'm sorry that she's gone too, but in a way, I think that she was prepared for it. It's funny, in Rolling Stone, there was she said that with death, I don't mind death. I just don't like the process of it or leading up to it. Mm-hmm. So I hope she went out with not too much pain. I hope she was in peace because really,
she couldn't breathe.
Oh well, so much for that.
That's like painful death.
Well, God can dream, can't he? You know,
Sure.
You can dream all you want.
That's a horrible way to go.
Yeah, dream in one hand and shit in the other. Which one fills up first?
in my mind, she had that one last word where she was
It
like,
was
Her Force Ghost came out of her.
and then a force goes, it's sitting across the room, and it's like,
Elizabeth bag. Come out.
yeah, she's right now somewhere. She's glowing in a robe, sitting across the room
In a
from us.
swamp somewhere.
Yeah.
What's happening?
With Obi-Wan and Yoda in New Orleans.
Yeah, she's a force ghost, being able to do all the LSD and cocaine that she ever wants to do.
Force goes. She's probably looking around, going like, "Ain't this a bitch?"
Yeah.
We can't do coke anymore. What?
Yeah,
hate sand.
She keeps
Oh,
doing.
no.
Yeah, she's doing it. It ain't coming up. The fuck? Mel smoked this. Whoop, huh?
Party animal.
No sex in the Jedi temple.
Well, hey, you know what? Maybe she was at least prepared to go because she put a lot of shit out there. You know,
Yeah.
she was like,
yeah.
Really, you get to an age where you just say, you know something, if I
All the fucks are gone.
oh, none to give at all. I don't give a fuck and don't give a fuck about your fucks. You know, because Harrison Ford,
Man, she had to dime him out like that.
Okay, I actually found out about that. She asked first before she put it out.
Did she really?
Yeah, because she knew. I think this is when he was still married to
Yeah.
his wife.
Oh yeah.
at the
He was
time.
still married. Yeah.
And she asked him right before she released his book. She said, "Listen, I'm gonna talk about us fucking on the set. Is that cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, go for it."
he said his words were just one, lawyer. And she just kind of laughed it off. And then she even says that, well, I put it out there and he hasn't called, so I guess it's okay.
So maybe he had her killed.
Yeah.
I think the mouse did.
Yeah.
He putting out too much. He putting out too much information.
Yeah, she put out a book called The Princess Diarist, and she just said, I'm putting all this shit out there, mine and yours.
Han shot first.
Yeah. you know what? It's
Because it was only 3 months that they had that affair. That could have stayed quiet for the rest of his life. Because he got a call from his ex-wife saying, "I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew you fucked that bitch.
I know. And shit, and the
I
thing,
called it."
yeah, man, and a lot of people said this shit because a lot of people said, I knew you fucked Han Solo. And you know what? That's the thing. She could have just let it go or kind of secretly put it out there and something, but she went on TV.
Yeah.
And told people. She went on the Today Show and just had a laugh. I mean, these girls might as well just had cocktails in their hands and sitting around Avon products and shit because they were just laughing about this shit.
But this wasn't a one-night stand. This went on for 3 months, you say.
It was a 3-month one-night stand.
Wow. Did you think you were with Carrie at that time?
That dog,
Just sitting there with his tongue out.
What?
that dog was like, yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit.
Bitches, right?
Superstardom. He was an unknown when he
But
made
he
that
looked
film.
like he was.
Already a movie star.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Look, now all these girls want to fuck him. You know, had this been any
They already. Yeah,
had it been any average dude out there would have been like, oh, this is you should be ashamed of yourself. This is horrible.
You're right about that. If you weren't a star, they'd be like, "Oh, he was so much older than you. He took advantage of you.
Yeah.
You were a child."
Yeah. How, you know, he mind raped you and then took your body. You know, but because it's fucking Han Solo. You know, because he's the space cowboy. You know, all of a sudden, and he's good looking. Because if it been any other dude, you've cheated on your wife. I don't care how many years ago that was. You shouldn't have done it. Yeah. And that's the thing about it, guys. And Martin is right. Let this be a lesson to you. Do not pull your penis out and put it in something unless you prepare for the risk. Women gonna talk shit.
Oh yeah.
It might be next week. It might be 40 years from now. 40 years.
The long con, man.
I'm gonna write a book about this.
40 years. 40 years, a book in the Today Show.
Damn.
You know, you could have just let this shit slide. Some girls, women ain't gonna let shit go. Just keep that in mind right now. They gonna put your shit out there. You know, I'm waiting on about 50 tell-all books come about me. I'm ready. And now, all that right there, like I said, we know about her as Princess Laia, but the thing I really appreciate with Carrie Fisher is that, man, she was open about everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, you think we're being mean about talking about her and drugs, but she was very open about drug use. And you know, it's kind of liberating to hear somebody who's so old and not only would tell you that, yeah, I did drugs and I'm not on them anymore, but I wish I was. She was on a show in Australia, Current Affair, I think is what it's called, like kind of what we had here. And she's on there and the guy asked her, he's like, do you still wish you're on drugs? And I'm not surprised by the answer she gave.
Do you still miss drugs?
Oh, yeah. You have any?
She's like, no, I'm serious.
Get at me after the show.
I'm not
she's
joking.
like,
real, though.
No, I mean, really, I could really use some shit right now.
I know you're holding.
Why'd you even ask?
But she would talk about LSD trips that she was on in the desert. Some of them with Harrison Ford again, putting his ass up there. Like, it's like, I mean, man, she put a story up. She's like, I'm about to leave this earth. I'm taking everybody with me.
She threw her dirty laundry and everybody else is out there.
Didn't give a fuck. And I love that. I didn't give a fuck. She told some shit. I mean, when the details. She told a story about her and Harrison Ford. She was like, yeah, we were out in the desert and we did LSD and I was on fire. We looked at me and we all laughed about it. She said, yeah, I did a lot of mushrooms. Oh, those were the days. I miss that. She admits to going to rehab. And she admits to a lot of things that not only was it drugs, but I was somewhat mentally ill, manic depressant.
Bipolar. And a lot of undiagnosed bipolar people are drug addicts just because they're trying to self-medicate.
All this stuff was out there. She did not mind talking about it. She did not mind telling people and letting them know it was going to be out in the news anyway. She would say, no matter how much she tried to protect herself, some things were better protection if people knew.
Sure.
Even made a movie about it. You remember the postcards from the Edge with Meryl Streep and who else was in it?
Shirley Maclaine.
Shirley Maclaine.
Help me. Just came by to say hi and make sure that everything's up to snuff. And we're going to need a drug screen.
Excuse me?
It's a formality in the business.
So do you want blood or urine?
I think urine would be fine.
She's had to answer that questions a lot of time, So, I mean, that was one of the things that they said. It was like, hey, it was really close to, it was really close to her life. She was
a fictionalized autobiography.
She was bearing it all.
Yeah.
And what the funny thing about that movie, you remember what stole that film? It was her on that ledge when she let her hands go. You talk about some effective marketing. People kind of like, what is this bullshit? Oh, shit, it's fake. She's not really hanging on a ledge. Yeah, Meryl Streep, her mother in the movie was, again, Shirley Maclaine. Yeah, and we'll talk about how that relates to her life in a little bit. Shirley Maclaine was really great in the film, too, and she says it's not pretty far from my life the way it was in real life.
Remember my 17th birthday party when you lifted your skirt up in front of all those people? I did not lift my guy skirt. Michael. It twirled up.
That shit was hot to me when she said that. But, I'm looking at a lot of the things that were happening with her, man, and she really was, like I said, liberating to see a person who finally just got older and said, people try to make it look so bad as you grow older. But she said for her, it was something that, it was finally letting her be free.
Sure.
And a lot of people should look at that as an example. She would openly say, being older is one of the best things that happened to me. You look at Princess Laia, you look at Star Wars, that's always going to be bigger than probably she ever will be. But
she's done so much more. That's why I get irritated.
Yeah.
People are making all the Star Wars jokes on her death or references. It's like, she was more than just Princess Laia.
Yeah. I actually have some facts here about her because I feel bad. Because with me, I grew up in that generation where she was Princess Laia, and up until this day, I didn't know a lot of things about her, and I feel ashamed for that almost because like I said, when you say that somebody is a part of your whole life, you think you would know who they are, but I didn't.
Yeah. She was part of your whole life for three movies.
Corey, I'm going to ask you mainly.
Okay.
Who was Carrie Fisher's parents? Now, I'll let you answer first. Do you know?
Debbie Reynolds, and I don't know her father.
Do you know her father?
No, I know her. I knew her mother was Debbie Reynolds.
What about you?
Eddie Fisher.
Eddie Fisher. Ding, ding, ding. Right there. That is little Carrie Fisher right there with her mother, Debbie Reynolds, who, as of this point right now, her mother, who's still a beautiful woman, she's 83 years old. She's outlived her daughter.
Yeah.
Because I had to look it up. I'm like, am I sure she's...
I used to love Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah. I had to make sure, like I said, am I sure she's not dead?
She was in this movie, The Unsinkable Molly Brown, and when I would have to go out to College Station, actually a small little town called Tunis, that movie would come on almost every night out there because then they got one station that came on at 6 o'clock and went off at midnight. and they would show that movie over and over, and I would watch it.
Damn, that's some old shit.
Old black and white movie. But
there was a TV back then.
barely. But Eddie
Somebody
Fisher,
in a box holding pictures.
he was famous in his own right, and he left Debbie Reynolds for Liz Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Debbie. Yeah, he was. Eddie Fisher was one of those crooners back in the day, and he left his wife when Carrie Fisher was 2 years old.
2 years old.
And left her for Elizabeth Taylor, and Elizabeth Taylor promptly left his ass for who was it? It was who she was in.
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton.
And the thing is, Eddie Fisher was her husband who died. That was his best friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like his best friend died. He's left his wife to go after Liz Taylor.
Much respect to Carrie Fisher. Needless to say, we will miss her. And then again, especially given the Star Wars mania that's coming out right now, kind of took her for granted, man. Took her for granted. Oh, she gonna be back for episode 8. yeah. Oh, Death ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna do it that wrong. The fuck I want. So
Dude, that's the thing. Like right after seeing all the death things, one of the things. Well, hey, she finished filming for episode 8. Like, dude, her body's not even in the grave yet.
Yeah, man.
Like, chill for a moment.
Yeah.
So even Shady was like, "Yeah, I'm so happy she finished." I'm like, bruh.
Oh, did she actually film some stuff for 8
Yeah,
already?
she finished all of her shit.
Oh, she did.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she ain't gonna be at 9.
Well, 9. There you go. Yeah. Well, maybe they can CG it back at that time. Maybe she'll look better than Rogue One. Know.
They'll blow up Alderaan again.
Yeah. They'll get the technology right. But anyway, gonna miss her, man.
Dude, come on.
Don't do it like that,
this
man.
Is wrong.
This is beautiful right here. Come on. This is a good
that wasn't her fault.
Man, this song is a lot more beautiful now than it ever was before. I like Harrison Ford, like, man, get the fuck out of here with this. Yeah. He like got me up here doing this shit.
I'm trying to extricate myself from this broad and she won't let me go.
That's one of the things I will forever love the Star Wars Christmas special, because Han Solo, Harrison Ford is showing you clearly, I do not give a fuck about this. I do not want to be here. No. In fact, I'm angry about this right now. Gamefly brings to your house, to you, over 8,000 new releases and classics that are available to rent, or you can buy them for almost every system out there, current and some old systems. Like I said, man, I've been trying to put my GameCube back to work for years. Gamefly has given me an excuse to do that. And you can even try 30 days for free by typing in gameflyoffer.com/double toasted. And when you do that, you'll get 30 days for free of games and movies. Get all those things, all of them at once. Just stay in the house. Don't go nowhere, because they're all going to get brought right to your mailbox. You can also bring the element of surprise every month to your home in the form of a Loot Crate mystery box. In that box, I can't tell you what it is, but I can guarantee you it is the best in geek and gaming gear. Some people say it's like having Comic-Con brought right to your home. You don't have to leave the house for nothing. You're getting all kind of stuff. And everybody likes a little surprise every month. Just a little bit. And here's another surprise for you. If you go to our link, trylootcrate.com/double toasted, and you type in bridge 10, that's the word bridge and the number 10, you can get 10% off, a 10% discount on your first crate. How's that for a surprise right there? Loot Crate, bring the mystery and the surprise to your mailbox once a month with Loot Crate. Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to our channel and go over to our home, doubletoasted.com, for more videos and live streams. And remember, stay toasty.